Blended Mistake podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Nicole, and today I'm joined by
Hillary,
Sarah,
and this month's special guest. We have Jessica Pope, member of Shotco, Atlanta-based film collective. Please welcome Jessica.
Hey, y'all.
Hi.
She also works with Critical Crop Top.
She does. She has been AD on a number of our projects, and
she does great props.
She does great props.
I never knew how great
She
I was
props.
at making fake marijuana until
until
I
Yes,
started
If
working
you
with
need
y'all.
fake marijuana,
Yeah, it's very
go to Jess.
Make a really excellent product.
If you've seen PYT's web show and you've marveled
That's
at
not
how they
real
got
weed,
that
guys.
beautiful,
That's not
beautiful
real
weed,
weed.
it was made by Jessica
Jessica
using, I
made
think,
it.
cotton balls and some
cotton balls,
pizza,
and, a variety of herbs.
but it looks very realistic. So
Smells
we're
delicious.
very excited to have you on the show.
I'm excited to be here.
So we took a little hiatus.
Yeah.
We took a hiatus. We had a little summer breaky break.
Mhm.
Everybody have a good break.
I did.
Did everybody go to summer camp?
I did. I'm really tired after summer camp, too. Comedy
I
summer
went-
camp was exhausting.
Yeah, Hillary's been doing a lot of stand-up
Stand-up.
over the
It
summer.
has been exhausting.
Yeah,
And I
lots
have
of late
no money.
Oh. Too many.
You just need to be one of those
shows.
sober comics, and then nobody gets mad at you. There are so many of them
Oh, we
who
have to-
aren't drinking now, though.
I
that,
know.
like,
Also, I've learned that I am better at comedy if I don't have like 8 drinks before I go on
that
stage.
I heard is very helpful.
Yeah, I'm like better if I have like 1 beer.
Yeah, just one. Ease
One
your way
half to a
into it.
whole beer.
I don't think
Okay,
you should
so
go
that's
into anything
the perfect
dry.
quantity for comedy.
Yes, for me personally. Other people can do what they want, but for me personally, I have learned I am at my peak. Half to 1 beer in.
Okay. Well, it's
If
important to
you-
know. It's important to know that.
If I
fact
have a
about
gin and
yourself.
tonic, I am not as good. It's got to be a beer.
What about a glass of wine?
Oh, I could probably do wine.
Okay.
Honestly,
You
I
said
could probably
Hawaiian,
have
and I was like,
I could probably
explain.
have like a half a box of wine and be fine to
You
walk up
know,
on stage
I would love
with.
to see you walk up on stage with a box of wine and a straw.
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't even need the straw. I'd just hold it above
Just-
my
just
head
hold
with
it.
the spout.
Yeah,
just
back
open
it.
the
That
spout.
would be
Yeah.
good
That'd be your
comedy
set.
for me.
Just-
Exactly.
Just use
Just
your
like
that.
red wine
is like-
dribbling down the side of my mouth. Like
Slap bag
I like
comedy.
to hold people's babies on drink.
Performance art.
Indeed. It's like a meta on comedy. A meta comedy on comedy
Yeah.
and
I
wine
am
drinking.
swirling wine around in the glass while I'm talking.
I mean,
so
you have to make sure it's just right.
I'm on brand right now.
On brand as fuck.
I have whiskey in front of me, of course. I'm 100 proof.
Sarah, what did you do over summer break?
I went to LA
Oh,
to celebrate my 30th birthday.
Happy birthday, Sarah.
Thank you. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, you went to
I-
like Disneyland.
I went to
and,
Disneyland
and the Walk of Fame, right?
Yes.
Did you go on the Walk of Fame?
Yes.
Yeah, you did all the
I
things,
did
right?
lots of LA things with my friend who I met at my job, and yeah, no, it was fun. But that's basically all I did besides work
Yeah.
this summer.
Well, we've seen movies.
Yes,
We've watched movies.
Yes.
Hopefully, we'll get to talk about some of them on the podcast at some point. Well, we also worked on Melissa's film Feast.
Yeah, we
So
did.
that
We
was
worked
something
on
we did.
Feast.
A short horror film we worked on. That is.
And it was just today. It was nominated for Best Regional Short Film at the Women in Horror
Well,
Festival.
I think it was
and
nominated-
Best Local.
well,
both.
yeah, best regional. I saw
Yeah.
best local, and then I think I saw Indie Spirit Award. Maybe
Oh, I
was
thought I
today.
saw Regional today.
I don't know. Could
Maybe,
be a bunch
I
of
don't know,
awards.
could be a
It's
bunch.
gonna. Watch out
Whoa.
for it, guys. It's gonna be good.
Melissa was our guest on Poltergeist.
That's right. Poltergeist,
right?
our
Yes, okay.
Poltergeist episode.
Confirm this.
Yeah, let's look up that info.
List the awards.
Yes. So we worked on Feast, a little horror short that'll be coming at you soon. Where we worked on set, and I am also editing it. So
It's both Best Regional and Best Indie Spirit.
man,
Or
that's
Indie Spirit. Not Best
awesome.
Spirit. Yes, and Best Local.
So look out for that. And I've been doing some voiceover work. And what else did I do? We did the 1 Minute Playfest.
Oh, yeah.
We
We
did
did,
the 1
do
Minute
that.
Playfest. Yeah, which was a blast, as always.
That was a lot of fun.
yeah.
I did do that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you wrote. Yes, Sarah wrote for the 1 Minute Plays. Yeah.
I wrote. Nicole wrote.
Yes. There's a
I
lot
directed.
of critical crop toppers writing
Mm-hmm.
in the show.
I just drank a lot this summer.
Yes.
That's what I did.
Hey, that's
Jessica,
important. That is
Summer
just doing God's work.
Champion. I bet you thrifted a whole bunch too.
I've been trying.
By the
to,
way, I
like,
love your
keep it
dress. I
low-key.
just want to say
Thank
it's
you.
gorgeous.
Thank you.
All right. So shall we talk about this movie?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So this month's movie is 8th Grade, which is written and directed by
Written and
Bo Burnham.
directed, Bo.
Yeah.
And I cannot wait to talk about this movie. Before we get into talking about the film itself, let's go around and talk about what everybody's experience was, I guess, with Bo Burnham, the personality / comedian, and or the film 8th Grade prior to the show. Hillary.
I grew up watching his YouTube videos. Like, he was born like 1990 or something, like only a year
He's
before me. So
28,
like,
yeah.
August 21st, 1990.
yeah, yeah. So like, I just grew up watching him on YouTube, and like, he was one of my he was honestly one of the first like comedians, quote unquote, that I like watched regularly. Was Bo Burnham. And it was like because of his YouTube channel, because he was like my age and funny and like made videos that were like weird songs.
Well, in the
and, like,
format, you could subscribe to it. You'd see it all
you'd
the time.
see it all the
like-
time. And like, we were the internet generation where like YouTube was like the first, like we were the first ones to like always be on it, you know. And that was the like site to be on when I was a kid.
Okay.
So I've watched him since then, and I love him. I love his stand up. I think he's brilliant.
Awesome. All right. And then saw the movie last night.
Yeah, I did. I saw it last night.
It's fresh.
And then I came home and watched Make Happy stand
I
up
need to see
special
that.
again, because I was like I haven't gotten
I
enough.
watched that with you, didn't I?
Yeah.
The first time?
Yeah. And like, oh God, it's such a good stand up special. So I rewatched that last night after the movie while I was like, I should clean up my apartment for this podcast. And I didn't. I just watched Make Happy.
Hey, it's for work. It's for work.
I was studying.
You were studying for work. Sarah.
So Bo Burnham has done a lot of stuff. I only know him from his two comedy specials on Netflix, What and Make Happy. Those are literally the only things I've seen of Bo Burnham, and I adore him.
Yeah.
He is a genius, and that's why I wanted to see this film.
But also you saw it when it was at the Atlanta Film
Yeah,
Festival,
so it
right?
came to the Atlanta Film Festival. It was the closing night presentation, and he was there.
that was in March, right? March, May? When was that?
Ooh, I forget.
It was one of those
It was usually-
M's.
I thought it was usually April.
April. Yes.
April.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Atlanta
sandwiched
Film
in
Festival
between
is
those
usually
other months that I
April.
just said.
April.
April.
You were right in the middle.
I was banging
Yeah.
around
Yeah, you got
the
there.
right month.
So he was there. I didn't get to meet him, but I was in the same room as him.
That's exciting.
And I paid $50 to be there, so like it definitely was a lot. But
Yeah.
but yeah, it was great.
Awesome.
Talk
And we'll
more
hear
about
more.
that.
Yeah, we'll hear more about that during our Hot Facts segment. Jessica.
Yeah, no, he also, what is it? YouTube, he started, I think like 2006,
Yeah.
which is right around the time that I was one of those like really annoying MySpace kids that was doing way too much with like Screamo music. So we're both like very into like the whole internet presence and keeping up with all of that stuff online. And just, I very much connected with it because I also grew up in I want to say he's from some northeastern state.
Yeah.
I think
Where like
Massachusetts.
they're like only white people,
Yeah.
and you grow up Catholic, and it was just a very specific niche thing that I connected with very specifically. That I was, it was just like an interesting thing to see somebody putting themselves out there like that, where it's just you, and you have. I'm trying to think of the best way to. I was able to hide behind this like annoying MySpace persona of being in this like screamo band, and we're all like so cool. And
Okay,
like,
what's screamo? I'm
It's-
older than everyone, so I don't know. What that is. Is that like metal?
it is a
emo?
kind of
Screamo?
metal, yeah.
Okay.
Emo.
Okay, I didn't know emo and metal could coexist together.
It becomes screamo. Yeah.
Screamo, did you get it?
Screamo.
There it is.
Okay.
I didn't know you were in a
best
band.
way-
Like, maybe
that's actually
Charlotte will be listening
a
to
lot
that
of them.
one
Well,
day.
a lot of them. It's
Probably.
kind of the way that you get like. It's a very interchangeable thing where like, oh, our drummer just dropped off. I was like, I can learn how to double bass in a day, sure. And then just finished out a tour with some of my friends. I was
Oh,
already
this is fascinating. I did not know this
working
about you.
on working on their tour as a merch person. So
Okay.
yeah, just you get thrown into it sometimes. That was my youth.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, but
Excellent.
just like a really cool, weird, coming up the same way, except for he did like a lot more cool stuff with it.
Yeah. Well,
a lot more socially aware, I think.
I mean, we all. I don't know. I think he went viral, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
so it was
He,
kind of
he
like
also like took a break for a while.
Yeah, I think like for a while after
From,
he
like,
was like in high school and
2010 to
college or
14.
something.
He took-
Like
at
I
least
think
at
he took a
college,
long
yeah.
break and
It was
then
just like, I'm
like
gonna be a normal college kid, and then came out of it.
yeah,
doing
and
all
then
this
made
crazy
Just
stuff.
a normal
What,
college
you know,
kid in the
like-
Tisch School of the Arts at NYU.
yeah.
I think what was right after he got out of college because it would have been 2013
Yes.
and that would have been like right after he graduated college.
Tell you what, that's more than I was doing when I got into college,
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Some of us end up just working at a foreclosure law firm. It's great.
Well, some of us worked at a bar, smoked weed all day long. That was my job
Doesn't
after
sound like
college.
a bad time.
It wasn't. It was not. It was a good time.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
So some of us still do that.
You have things you do. You
You
have
do.
art you
You're a
make.
very, very busy lady.
I just
trees
wrote a
you
lot of
cut
stream
down.
of consciousness. No, I used to. I didn't really have. I wasn't really doing a lot of art at the time. I mean, I was thinking about doing art,
Yeah.
which is different. And I
Well,
was writing a
those-
lot of stream of consciousness journal entries after I got home at 3 or 4 in the morning and smoked a bowl and watched cartoons.
That sounds amazing. Like,
Let's
you're
do a
like,
film about
friendship
you.
is magic.
Well, I think if you went back and read those journals, you'd be very bored. Okay, well, I have seen some clips of Bo Burnham specials. I
dare
don't.
you.
I know. I just okay. So first of all, as some of you may know, if you've been listening to the show for a while, I'm a little older than everybody else. I'm about 10 years older than everybody. So I didn't grow up with YouTube or social media. I actually didn't even have an email address until I was in college. So I didn't have a computer in my house until I was 14. So I would get on and do the chat rooms and stuff, but like I didn't watch YouTube really until much later. So I didn't even know until today that Bo Burnham had been.
That was how he got his start.
I didn't know that. I knew he was a stand-up comedian. I knew that he did musical comedy. I had seen some of his songs. I thought they were very good. I always have enjoyed him as a comedian, but I did not know that he came up as a YouTube star. So I had no idea about that. I saw this trailer. I thought it looked really great, and I was like, "Oh my god, we should do this on the show." And then the film came up at the film festival, and Sarah went to see it, and so we kind of knew we were going to do this film. But honestly, my biggest experience with his work was seeing this movie, and then listening to an NPR interview with him about this movie on the way here, which was I highly recommend, and we'll put a link up on the social media. But if you haven't listened to the interview on NPR with Bo Burnham, and you are interested in this film, I think it's a really great interview, and you should check it out. All right, so that was our that was our experience with the film 8th Grade prior to the podcast. So let's get into talking about this movie. God, I'm so out of practice, you guys.
The house is a mess, Jack. The kids are a mess, Jack. You're a mess, Jack.
You have been a total bitch ever since you came to New York.
You seem sort of distant.
Let's just do it, man.
You look stupid and rich. Stupid and rich.
Fascist.
All right, let's get into it.
Okay, so 8th Grade, directed by Bo Burnham, came out this year. When was it? It was released widely.
It was released in July,
Okay.
July 13th.
Yes. Oh.
I'm sorry. I was on.
No, this is
I
good.
was
This
like
is
researching stuff before.
Sarah's got our hot facts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
coming
She
in
has
hot
the
with the facts.
hot facts. Sarah, can you tell us a little bit about maybe the actors or anybody else maybe that's in the movie? I don't have any of that written
Elsie
down.
Fisher.
Yes.
All I know about is
cute.
Elsie Fisher. I didn't research
Okay.
the rest of the
the names of
I've-
actors.
I've heard on other podcasts though that she and Bo Burnham apparently have like a nice like big brother little sister relationship since
Yes.
making this film and like are already planning to work together again.
She was great.
She
Yeah.
was
She really was.
incredible.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like so natural.
Yeah.
yeah.
Can you hear that? On the
Oh yeah.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Audience, we're just getting a little refill on the whiskey soda.
Yes, whiskey soda.
Yeah. Okay, so let's just jump right into this film. Anybody have any burning things they want to start with? Anything you're burning? I mean, okay. Hillary's like, no. I guess
talk about this.
my first thing that I want to talk about is that Middle school is the fucking worst.
That was
Oh
my
my
one
God.
too.
That's literally number one.
I literally
forgot
wrote
how
the
bad
same
it
thing. Middle
was.
school's the worst.
I think I actually
fucking worst.
blacked out middle school.
You
I
should
know.
have.
Oh
It's the
my God.
fucking
I
worst.
still think I have because I was just like, I don't remember it being this bad, but also I'm like such an oblivious.
You were probably
loser.
the asshole in
Were
middle
you popular,
school.
Hillary?
No, I think I was just oblivious. Like I know people made fun of me. Like I found a burn book that
Oh,
had
yeah.
like shit written about me in it once,
Oh.
and like milked that to my advantage to get out of class. But like I don't know. I just like I think I just ignored everyone who
I
was
that's
did.
good.
No, I did though, because I specifically remember having a conversation with one of my friends who thought she was popular now, and I was like,
Yeah.
not worried about it. And she was like, I have to go to this party, and I was like, oh, that sounds awful. Do you want to do that? She's like, no, but then I won't be popular. And I was like, why do you
want to be?
care?
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah, it's a tough thing. Man, anything that you could have written into a movie about being in 8th grade that was bad probably happened to me in 8th grade.
Yeah. Oh.
Like white pants, getting your period happened.
Oh man.
Oh no.
Oh.
There were like it got a little better in 7th grade. In 6th grade, I don't know. I just like a bunch of other schools fed into my middle school, and they all the kids came in out the jump knowing all of like already all friends. I had big hair. I was chubby. I was desperate to be loved. And I just like could not make friends. I didn't have anyone to sit with me at lunch. I used to hide in the bathroom at lunch and cry because no one wanted to sit with me. And in 7th grade, a bitch stabbed me in the arm with a pencil.
Oh yeah.
I still got the pencil in my
shit.
arm, man. Still got the pencil in my arm.
I see. I am, for those of you who are listening and don't know this, I'm 5'10" now. I have been 5'10" since I was 12 years old.
Oh my God.
All right.
12?
I got
Seriously?
big ol' honkers at the same time.
Yeah,
And everybody thought I was stuffing my bra, and everybody thought I was so weird for being so tall because I was taller than all my teachers. Like, it was just one complete hormonal nightmare. And so it just, I think I just gave up on giving a shit what anybody thought, because if I did, I probably would have like, ooh, it couldn't have gone well.
I tried to fake illnesses to get myself out of school every single day, but my mom was a nurse, so she was not having it. It was miserable. It was like the worst time of my life.
Yeah.
Middle school.
Yeah.
No, 9th grade was when the real shitstorm hit for me. So
High
eighth grade,
school's pretty good
when
for
I
me.
saw it come out, I was like, am I going to be able to make it through this movie without cringing to death? Because I am very like, I went and saw it with my best friend, and I was crawling out of my seat. Like, I can't look at this anymore.
Yeah,
Like,
there's a lot of awkward moments.
yeah. But I still feel as awkward now thinking about myself in those exact same scenarios as I did when I was doing it.
Yeah.
Probably even more so now that I am more aware of how weird I was being.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was like a moment where she was talking in the movie about how she's like, I'm nervous all the time. She was like, and I don't know why I'm nervous, but like I could be alone and I'm nervous. And I was just like, I remember feeling like
Yeah.
that. It was just like that weird moment of like, I don't know whether I'm doing it right, and like not really realizing that nobody knows how to do it. And like,
Yeah.
that's the thing is
Which
like
I
you're
still feel
at
now.
that weird age. Yeah, I know. I still do too,
I think
but
I'm
not
still
quite
8th
as,
grade
like,
inside. Like I still
Yeah.
feel
Yeah.
that way inside, where I like walk up to a group of people and I don't really know how to like integrate myself with them.
Absolutely not. Yeah. I can't. I'm just like, this is what you're getting, and like do that weird shimmy from King of the Hill
Please do.
where he's about
Please
to
do
throw
that.
pocket sand at you. Like, I am just like, it's coming in, because you're getting what you get, because if I care about it, I am gonna lose my mind very quickly. So yeah, you're all welcome to this show.
Yeah, I don't think I ever really solved that problem. I think I just learned to cover it up with jokes
Yeah.
Yeah.
or drugs, maybe when I was in college. Something like that. I don't
Yeah.
know. I covered it up with something.
I think I got a lot more confident I don't know.
I
But, like,
care
when,
less
you
now.
know,
at
it's
least.
a- But I
I
don't know
care
when.
less.
Yeah.
I care less.
Or why
I just, like,
even?
I'm
Because
still
I still feel like that
nervous when
person
I'm
a
not
lot of the
around
time.
other people, but I'm also just like, you're an adult.
Get it together.
And like I just like force myself to
Other
do
people
it.
are looking to you to set an example. I'm
Right.
Like,
It's
this
just
is
like,
why I'm
what
never
about
gonna
the
have
children,
kids.
Hillary? What about the children?
I mean, it got better in 7th grade. I met a girl who didn't care what other people thought, and she was like embracing her love of being weird, and then somehow that gave me permission to embrace myself.
I think I was that person for a lot
So-
of people.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's good.
'Cause I
So
was
then you
just
were a
like-
lighthouse. You were a lighthouse for the weirdos. I always needed a
My dad,
lighthouse.
I had
Always.
friends
my
like that, too.
dad's nickname for me was Nerdina, Queen of the Nerds.
Nice.
Because
I'd be
I
happy to be
just-
that queen.
Like
Yeah.
very much Island of Misfit Toys social circle,
That's
or just a
great.
pack of weirdos, and we all had a great time. So fuck
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think that's the thing is like I was also one of those people. You know,
Yeah.
like I just like followed the pack of weirdos. So like I never felt alone because like all of the weirdos were my friends.
Yeah,
Like,
I love weirdos,
the
man.
people who
weirdos
like
are the best.
like I remember like in 8th grade like actually like the pool party scene like it made me think of this because like when I was in 8th grade we had like an all girls pool party with like just our like weird girl
Okay.
friends. And like I remember one of my friends asking me what a blow dog was, and I was
blow
like,
dog?
I was like a blow dog, and she was like, yeah, blow dog, and I was like, you mean a blow job? And she was like, oh yeah, that, and I like had to explain to her what a blow job was.
How did
And
you
so it was
know?
One of those.
How did you know,
I
Hillary?
don't. I think I was maybe.
YouTube.
No,
probably
I don't think it was YouTube because like no, like because we had I was still young enough to have a family computer. I didn't have a
Oh, okay.
laptop in my
Oh,
room. It was in
okay.
the living room facing out. You know, like nobody. It was not a secret what I was looking
Okay,
at on the
okay.
computer.
Oh.
But I think I don't know how I knew what it was. I wonder if I probably asked my mom. I probably did because like a boy said it in school.
I would
and I was
never
like,
ask
I don't know
Yeah,
what that
I
is.
asked my mom and she looked at me like she was like, not talking about that.
Oh,
Nope.
I asked my mom.
I
Stuff
learned
like
it.
that
I learned
all
it
the
from
time.
HBO.
No, I asked my mom stuff like
Sex
that all
and
the
the
time.
City.
Oh no,
City?
Sex in the City wasn't on.
I
no.
learned it when
No.
someone asked for one, and then it happened.
Oh,
No.
I mean, I was fine, guys. I'm not worried
Okay.
about it.
Still,
You're
that
like, I
sounds-
was 23.
I think it was Nikki Glazer, the show that I saw most recently. She was talking about like when you finally realize for the first time like what a blowjob is and that you're gonna have to do it one day and that every adult woman that you know has
Imagine
done
that.
one
If
and
that
like
happens to you in a 5-second span.
right.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. She was like, most of the time you go through the stages, like, surely not everyone does that. And then you realize that, like, nope, everyone's done it at least once.
Yeah.
And, like, you're gonna have to do it.
Yeah. No, I just remember thinking like I am not putting that anywhere near my
No,
mouth.
I was like, I'm not gonna do that. And then I was like, fuck. It's just like a rite of passage.
I thought it was literally blowing air, like literally just blowing air on a penis, and I was like, well, but why is that fun? Like, what's great about that? It seems like you might get cold.
I knew someone in high school who did that to someone. Like, she was like, I don't know why you like this, but
Man.
Yeah.
Like I also I chose the weird kids. Like I
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
in 6th grade, the first week of 6th grade, this popular girl tried to get me to be friends with her and join her group of like popular kids, I guess. And I like didn't trust her. I was like,
You
she's
shouldn't.
just trying to like use me or make fun of me or something like that. So I just didn't engage with her and chose like
You're
a
like, I'm
weird
just gonna
friend.
stick to
Yeah.
being where I
Like,
being
I'm sorry,
myself.
we're
where I
not the
already
same
am.
species, honey.
well, and maybe
But the
Catholic
thing is,
school-
she was sweet and like
Maybe she
we're
wanted to be a
friends.
weirdo.
Yeah.
I know, and like I feel bad, but she was like super gorgeous, and all of her friends were popular, and I was just like no, because that same year, some kids had pretended that I had had a secret admirer and had like bought me things and like put them in places, and be like, look what your secret admirer left for you.
Why?
And
Okay,
I, like,
that never
saw
happens
straight
to me.
through it.
That's
Awful.
fucking horrible.
Yeah.
Why do kids do that? Kids are fucking awful, man.
They are.
But I'm like,
dude.
you
Fucking
spent
awful.
your money on candy and gifts, so like, you know.
I ate
Joke's
those
on you,
candies.
fuckface. Like-
In your face.
No, but like I was so interested in this movie just because 8th grade was truly my last year of being like a kid, of being
Yeah, it's like
innocent,
that last.
of
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
not jumping in
You're
because
right.
I did date somebody significantly older than me through all of high school. I actually met him at Warped Tour.
Okay, how much?
This is probably
much
why
older?
my mom never let me
how
go
much
to
significantly
Warped Tour.
older?
Your mother never should have let. He's 4 years older than I was.
Okay.
I was 14 and he was 18.
Okay. So like that guy in the movie. We'll talk about him.
Yeah. No.
No, I
that
dated when I was
struck
18. I dated when I was
quite the
17. I
chord.
dated a guy who was 22.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why
See,
did my
but
mom
then
let me
you
do
had
that?
some emotional maturity to deal with that.
Mom, I
and
hope you're not listening to this.
I don't know.
When
I
you were
a
how old?
friend of mine
I was
in
17.
high school
17.
dated a 25-year-old.
You did?
When you were in
No,
high
a
school?
friend.
A friend of mine.
Oh, okay.
You know what I hate
She was
about
16.
you know what I hate about older guys that date teens? They
What?
they just they think they fucking know everything.
Yeah.
I feel like I was
Yeah.
always getting talked down to. I'm like, what do you know? You're 22 and you live in your mom's basement. Like, how good can your life be going? You work
Right?
at Pizza
Yeah.
Hut, for God's sakes. Anyway, sorry, I'm not bitter. Not bitter at all. You were saying you were dating
No,
a
but
much
it
older
really
guy.
was because like we can get into it more
Okay.
when we get
Sure.
to that guy in the film.
Okay,
It
that's
was
good.
a
We'll put a
very
pin in it.
Very interesting parallel.
All right, we'll put a pin in that. Who's next? Sarah, you got something on your list?
Yes. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is
Those sloths on your phone.
the sloths on my phone. No.
It was super cute sloths.
Social media.
Oh yeah, let's get
And
into
how
it.
this is like for me the thing that stood out the most was that sail away
I was
montage.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah, it was a good scene.
And it's
That
just
was
like
a beautiful montage.
yeah, and it's just like we all are engaged in that, and we all
Yeah.
like get lost on our phones and look at stupid things that don't enrich our minds, and that
We're doing as a part of like a social contract.
yeah, and it's like
so that somebody else will.
I hate that I look at my phone right when I wake up in the morning, but I keep doing it. I hate it though. Like I don't. I
know,
literally
but
look as
it's
soon
the
as I
first
get up.
thing I
I need to
do.
get an alarm clock. I think because then
But I
Yeah.
hate alarm clocks.
I pick up my phone.
Yeah.
But
I
alarm
turn
clocks,
off my
though-
alarm and then I start looking at stuff. And that's how they
But
get
if the
you.
power goes
Exactly.
out, then your alarm clock doesn't work. I've tried
Mine has a
this.
backup battery.
Oh, there you go.
My one that my dad has had since college that I still have
That's what
and
you
should
need
just
to
plug
do.
into a wall like a fucking grown up. Has
I don't
a
like
backup
alarm
battery.
clocks. I think they're oppressive.
Mine, it's
do.
it's very casual.
You just wake up when your children wake up.
No, I do have to get up at a certain time. But yeah, they wake up at like 6. Or
I mean,
Elliot does that asshole.
I am now programmed to wake up at 7 a.m. every day, which is so it's not cute.
I'm not programmed to
my
wake
God.
up at any time. If an alarm does not go off for 2 straight hours, I'm not going to get out of bed.
just sleep all day.
Like I set my alarms for work at 5:15, and I probably get up around 6:30 every morning. And I'm supposed to be at work at 7.
so my question is like,
Never
like,
happened.
you know, look, I'm not this. I want to talk about dad as his own topic, but I had to wonder, like, is there no rule about when the computer goes away, or like
I think that
I
he
feel
has such a loose grip on his relationship with her
like okay,
Yeah.
that he's afraid to do that.
okay, because I feel like I'm gonna have
'Cause-
to gather the devices. I mean,
Yeah.
at the end of the night, the
Yeah.
devices don't go upstairs with my children. We don't even. I don't
Well,
even let Charlotte play with the
You also have to
iPad
remember
in her
she's-
bed.
She's the last week of 8th grade. She's about to be in high school.
Yeah.
And at that point, like when I was in high school, my parents were like, go to bed when you're done with your fucking homework. And like they'd go to bed and I was stuck out in the living room working on my homework until like
It's nice
10,
that
11
you did your
o'clock.
homework.
I did my homework. I did my homework.
did
I stayed up
not.
late
No,
and I did my
I did
homework.
not.
I did it. And so like I'd stay
I
up and
did
do my
not.
homework, but like if I had a laptop in my own room, I shared a room with my sister who was still in middle school, so I couldn't do my homework in there.
Yeah.
But like if I had that, I would have been doing my homework in my
And
room.
look, I don't know
on a laptop.
what I'm gonna do when they're that age. Like, I can't say that I would be any better, but I just kept thinking, like, is he gonna come in there and maybe put a shirt on?
yeah, I
Is
don't
he
know.
maybe-
Like his,
I don't know. My
Gonna
dad
put a
used-
shirt on.
My dad didn't
My-
roll with a shirt.
And-
no.
My dad never. My dad has walked around in tidy whities my entire life.
I just was
it's
like,
just like what he goes to
put a
sleep in.
shirt
It's
on,
just been,
bro.
like something I've been
No, my
accustomed
dad
to
will-
my whole life.
I thought that, but like my dad wore like athletic shorts.
Look, I didn't grow up
Yeah.
with the man in the
He would
house, so I
occasionally
don't
do it. Okay.
Yeah.
It was only women until like when my stepdad and my mom got married. I was like 15. So
my dad used to roll around like not wearing anything either.
He's like, I own this house. Fuck
Exactly.
all y'all.
Exactly.
But like when they're like 13 though, like shouldn't you put on a shirt?
No, still to this day. Like if I go over to my parents' house,
If I spend the night at your house, is Jimmy gonna come
no,
downstairs?
if you're there, no.
If a stranger
But
is
if
there.
a stranger
gonna
is
come
there,
downstairs for
he'll probably
breakfast in his
stay in
undies?
there. No.
Well,
It's like not at
especially-
breakfast, but like if he's going to bed and making the rounds and saying goodnight, he would pop into my room shirtless and be like, good night.
Yeah.
That's
My
not
dad
something I wanna
my
picture.
dad would roll just underwear, no shorts if he was
Just
going
a
to the
fact of
laundry
my
room.
life.
Like,
It's something that's always been there.
I've never even thought twice about it.
Me neither. Yeah.
Welcome to Hot Facts. This is this is the part of the show where Sarah's gonna throw some flaming hot facts at us about
sexy details.
some sexy details about 8th grade,
And
talk
Mr. Bo Burnham.
and talk a little bit about your experience because you went to the Q&A with Bo Burnham. You didn't go with him.
He was like 100 feet away from me.
He was present at the Q&A when
Yeah.
you saw the film at the Atlanta Film Festival. Take it away, Sarah.
Okay, his full name is Robert Pickering Burnham.
That's insane. Like
Yeah.
I would I
Horrible
couldn't
name.
think to come up with that in a film.
Yes. Okay, so he like we talked about earlier, he first started posting to YouTube when he was 15.
Mm-hmm.
And he posted his first 2 songs.
I heard one of them today on the podcast.
Oh, yeah? And he
sorry,
posted
the
them to
NPR.
share with his family. Like he wasn't intending to be famous or for them to go viral.
Sure.
He was like,
Yeah.
hey, let me share this with my family.
Yeah.
And basically he plays guitar and electric piano and sings, and he calls it pubescent musical comedy.
It was
Okay.
great though when I was a kid. I loved watching
Yeah.
it. Like it was like him in like this slanted roofed room, like in his attic, like
Oh.
singing
Shit,
away.
I gotta check
it was
this out.
great. Like
we should post
he was
this
very young.
on,
he was
very
very
young,
young when
yeah.
he did it.
We should
I mean,
see
like,
if we can share this on
He
the
was,
page.
he was a freshman through senior in high school when he did
He's
those
what I
videos.
would call a prodigy.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You mean like the band Prodigy?
No, like
No.
the you know
I'm
what
just kidding. I
Okay,
know.
okay,
I'm
good.
just
I was like, do I have
100%
to define this word for you?
Well, Nicole,
me
when
being-
some of your kids are very smart, I know you don't have much experience.
Charlotte's-
He actually
I know, I'm pretty
Charlotte's
sure.
a
he actually created and starred in an MTV show. It was only on one season and got canceled.
Yeah, I heard
But
about
he
that.
wrote a book of poetry.
The MTV show, from what the NPR show said, was about basically a satire on people needing to constantly film their own lives, like
that sounds
constantly shoot everything.
interesting.
Yeah,
I don't think I ever watched his MTV show, but I wasn't allowed to watch MTV.
Oh man.
you lived in an oppressive household,
I know I wasn't allowed to watch
but yet
it.
your dad could walk around in his undies as much as he
He
wanted.
could. He could. We were a very free family with our bodies, but nope, could
But not with our
watch
TVs.
MTV.
I like this quote from the Boston Globe that describes his comedy. Simultaneously wholesome and disturbing, intimate in a folksy, creepy sort of way.
Yeah, I think that's accurate.
Yeah, I would say
Yeah.
that's super accurate.
And then I'm going
Strange
to
how all
talk.
those things shouldn't go together.
And then I'm going to talk some about the Atlanta Film Festival
Okay, great.
8th grade screening.
Excellent.
So he brought Elsie Fisher out with him. So she was there as well. And so like I said before, this was shot in the summer between 8th and 9th grade for her. So she was
okay.
actually 13 when this was shot.
Okay.
The Gucci thing.
What does that mean? I
Okay.
don't know what the fuck
So
that means.
this was just something that she would say around set.
Oh.
He took it from her. Like he was like, let's put that in the film.
I thought maybe you guys would know the
No,
fun
it's not-
slang.
it's
I
not
thought that
a
it was
thing.
just like a sign off. You know, like kids say Gucci as like, yeah, okay. You know, like it's just like, are you
Really?
okay with that? And Gucci,
Yeah.
yeah, Gucci is like, yeah, I'm cool with it.
You mean,
Yeah,
but
like,
Gucci,
okay.
Gucci is in like the clothes.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Gucci means like cool or okay or yeah,
Ah.
totally.
And so
like,
that was just
kind
something
of
she would
thing.
say around set, and Bo was like, "Let's put that in the film and have
Okay,
have
okay.
that be the last line of the film." You know, like
Okay.
yeah.
Oh wow.
So to create this film, Bo watched hundreds of hours of preteen girls vlogs, basically.
Yeah.
Describing
Hillary's
themselves.
nightmare.
I know. Sounds, but he was like, I found the girls' vlogs much more interesting than the boys because
I bet.
boys talk about their games and sports, and like girls talk about their souls.
I'm already falling asleep.
Well,
if they're talking about their games.
This was what
I
he
know.
said. He said boys talk about games and sports, and girls talk about their souls.
Yeah, yeah.
And he also, like, before the film played, he came out and said this film is about the 2 worst times: middle school and right now.
Wow.
And by right now, he meant social media.
Yeah.
I guess, but I kind of take issue with that. I feel like I'd rather be a 13-year-old now than maybe like in the Victorian era. I think I'd rather not, or like maybe like
You would rather be like sitting on Facebook watching like all of your friends have fun than be married to a man. At
right?
16.
Exactly. Or like
13.
I'd rather not die of the bubonic plague.
Okay.
I
You
would
know what I
rather
mean?
be 13 when I was 13 than 13 now.
I agree.
I don't know. I think 13 was hard then, and it's hard now. Like they're dealing with some different things. Like
Yeah.
I think it sucks that
I think
you
it's hard in different
can't
ways.
really get away from school when you get home. Like
Mm-hmm.
people can continue to bully you on social media, but you can turn off the phone.
Yeah.
But does anyone?
I don't know, but that's the thing we all have to learn
well,
to do, isn't
here's
it?
the
We're
thing,
like
though.
navigating this new
I think
civilization, basically.
I disagree with the notion that you can turn off the phone. I think it's a very easy way of saying like, oh, just like turn it off. Like it's fine.
Yeah.
But it's not a thing that you can turn off anymore. It's a lifeline. It's your only connection to the outside world. It is very incredibly vital
And it's also
to your survival as a
addictive,
person
too. Like,
now.
Could you turn off your phone?
I did. Like when I've had points in my life where I felt like I needed to just like disconnect from things in my world that were hurting me, I unfollowed them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But
like,
see, okay, so here's the thing is, but like as an adult, you have that realization. But as a child who my school takes place online,
Mm-hmm.
my homework takes place online,
Yeah.
my life takes place online.
friends
You know,
are
my friends are online. My friends used to have to call me on a landline, and
I know, me
I would
too.
talk to them. You know, but like now they can talk to me over Instagram. You know, it's just like it's easy to say turn it off when you're an adult and you know how to cope and you know how to like do other things and
I'm
read
not saying
books
I'm
and things
good
like
at
that.
it.
No. I'm not saying
Yeah.
you are either, and I'm not saying I am either. But it's very easy, I think, to say that now. But like to look at it through the lens of someone who's grown up with it and someone who has it now, that it's never been a separate part of their lives. It's never been a thing that
came to being when they were an adult.
It was never something that came
It's-
into their
they're
lives. It was always
impressionable.
there.
True.
It was there from the time they were an infant, when their mom snapped their first photo, when
Yeah.
they were born on their iPhone. You know, it's been there since the very beginning for them. And like,
And they don't have the
I think
coping
it's really
skills. They
different.
don't have the
but we never had the coping skills to deal with anything that was being given to us
Right.
at that age.
But
I
I'm
think
saying
we
that
need to do
phones
better
are a
as parents.
drug. The internet is a drug, and
Is
it's,
it?
it is.
I'm not
I
saying
don't know if I
necessarily that
fully
it's a
agree
drug.
with
I'm
that.
saying that like it's a necessary and vital part of our lives that we can't separate. We need to
I
learn
think
how
it's
to
a
deal with it in a
social
healthy
sphere
way.
that is now part of our lives that we can't disengage from. I think that and I say we because I'm a parent. I think we parents, people that are parents, need to do better at teaching our kids how to navigate
Yeah.
the life on the internet, because it is life. It is a
Right.
it is a type of life.
Right.
In a way, like, I mean, one day we're probably all going to be fucking cyborgs. We're not going to be carrying around this phone in our pocket. It's going to be like embedded in our brainstem or something. Like, I don't want to get crazy and like conspiracy and shit, but like, I feel like in a way, this online persona that we all have now, this online living that we do, this instant access to information, we're kind of becoming part machine. And it's almost like when I send you a text, it's almost
Right.
like I've suddenly got the ability to have telepathy.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I can have a conversation with you, and you can be in another country now.
And
that
that's
is a society. It's not. It is a society that we need to learn the pluses and minuses of, and we need to learn how to navigate it and treat it in a healthy way. And I think parents need, because it's been hard to this point,
unless
because
parents are willing to get on there and be
They
on
need
it in
to.
the same way that their
They
kids are
need
on
to.
it, then it's never going to be that. You know, like
Yes.
you can't just say, I never had that. I'll go out and make a mud pie. You know,
Exactly.
like kids aren't doing that anymore. So to do that to your kids and to force them to go outside and play or to do something else, you're alienating them from the community that they have formed. And like, you can't alienate them from their community and force them to go outside and play next to a tree because no other kids are out there.
Well, that's not exactly true. There are kids. So I think that is part of it. I think part of it is as a parent saying, no, you've been on the device for an hour. Go read a book. That's what I do with my kids.
I agree.
But I do think also there's a responsibility there to teach them how what you put on there stays there forever. And like, how do you navigate the persona that you have online, and how can you make it something that's truthful, but also not so intimate that you're just raw.
Yeah.
You know, like, I think that is something that adults need to help shepherd children through. I think I see it in the schools. They're trying to help the schools, at least in my kids, like trying to help them understand like cyberbullying and like, you know, how you like there are people online that will try to pretend that they're children but they're adults, and they're trying.
And I think my generation was I think my generation was the first one to deal with that too, because like my parents didn't know how to deal with that, and like I talk to adults online all the time on AIM chat.
I did too.
I talk to adults all the time,
but my parents didn't know how to deal with it.
I wrote live blogs. They didn't know how to. They didn't know how to find my live blog online. They didn't know how to find my MySpace. They didn't know how to find my
as
AIM
a parent,
chat.
You have to know that.
But
shit.
that's the thing is,
we
like,
go and look on my daughter's iPad and see what she's fucking doing.
But I think my parents were like really oblivious to it because like I was coming up when the internet was brand new. Like they were still using AOL, and my parents still are using AOL, and it's just like I think there's a big difference there between like the parents that we grew up with and the parents that we have now, because we grew up with technology to some extent.
Sure.
We
and you
were
have to
young
stay on
people
top
in
of it
some
as a
capacity.
parent. You got to stay on top of it,
So
because they're doing things that they're going to be using social media that's like different types of social media than we are. But like, I think I don't disagree that right now there's a lot of challenges for kids that we didn't face. Like, I totally agree with that. But to say it's the worst time, I think that's outlandish. Like, there were times where kids were like working in fucking factories. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I mean, he didn't mean that. Like, I'm sure he didn't mean like it's actually literally the worst time.
But he said it, and I think a lot of people do think.
But
that.
I think a lot of people
believe
think
that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think that it's a worse time and that we're stupider now because, like, again, like you were saying earlier, that we don't read books and that there's a different comprehension there. But I disagree that this is. That it's a dumbing down of people, you know. We have access to way more information than we ever had.
I don't think it's dumbing down. I think you can still have access to all of those books.
Right.
And all
but
of
I mean, that's the thing is like I don't think that in any way it's hindering. I don't think it's in any way hindering our ability to learn or anything like that. Like, I do think we are the smartest we have ever been because of technology and because of the access that we have to technology.
And people who are like living in a fucking trailer, who maybe like their parents aren't really great at teaching them shit, can watch science videos on YouTube and learn shit that maybe they couldn't learn before.
Standing on the shoulders of past generations, and even though we're all the way up here and we probably wouldn't survive if all of it got kicked down and we were back in the forest, but we are able to be closer to the stars because we're, I don't know.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
No,
but I wanted
totally
to say something that is happening now, that at least with me, that we didn't used to have in our society, is I send someone a message or I comment on something and they don't respond. Or they respond in a weird way, or I see they're online but they didn't respond, and it's like there's that whole like but thing that happens that didn't happen when you were in person. You could just go up, and if they like ignored you in person,
I
it was
disagree. I have conversations with people all the time, and then I walk away and I'm like, oh, I said something fucked up, and then I just run that thing over my mind, or I'm like, why didn't I get invited to that party? Or like when she said, you know, I'm busy, like, is she really busy? You know what I mean? Like, it's still the same fucking thing in a new sphere. That's how I feel. Like, I second guess my interactions with people all the time. I think people can reject you to your face and reject you online. Like, it's just different ways of being rejected. I think that, again, it's a thing we have to learn to navigate as human beings, about like how much do we obsess over this thing? How much do we take it seriously? And part of it is like, we're like still, you guys grew up with it more than I did, but we're all, I think, still a part of that transitioning into what does this new society mean? And these kids are growing up with it being like much more commonplace. And hopefully with more support from the adults in their life about how to navigate it. True. So I do think that there are a lot of downsides to it, but on the other hand, like, there are people in my life that I'm keeping up with on social media that I would fucking have lost touch with 10 years ago. All these people I knew that live in LA and Chicago that I went to school with, I would never fucking keep in touch with
Yeah.
them. And yet I know what their kids look like. I know what
Right.
projects they're working on. If somebody wants me to work on something, but we don't know each other that well, they can message me on Facebook and vice versa. So there's like a lot of pluses to it in terms of reaching out. I also don't consider socializing with people digitally to be not real interaction.
Oh, no, I'm
Yeah,
not
I
because
it's not
people
real.
used to write fucking letters to each other and that was considered to be interaction. Like,
Yeah.
why is that any different? But I do think there is a balance that we all need to learn to strike between going outside and talking to people face to face and having those interactions happen. I don't think we can have it all exist digitally. Not right now. I don't know. Maybe in the future it will all be digital. Maybe we'll all be fucking cyborgs. I don't know. But
I think it's going to become, I don't think it'll all become digital. I think it'll become more integrated with our human.
Yeah.
that would be great if
Like,
we
with
didn't
our
have to
humanity,
look down
you
at
know?
the fucking phone all
But then
the
you
time.
would just look
but
in
I
your
think that's-
brain, and that would I
Right.
would not.
I think that's
it'd be
more
like
worrisome to me.
Advertisements would come in. You'd have to be like, block. Like, can you
Maybe.
imagine with your
Yeah.
thoughts going like X out
But
of that
I
one?
have
Or
a-
with your glasses.
I have
you know,
a
like
Google Drive
something,
on
yeah.
my phone with every picture that I've taken in the last 10 years. I could never remember those moments with that detail with my brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can literally scroll backwards and go, what was Charlotte doing today when she was an infant? And I can watch a video.
Yeah.
My memory could never capture with that kind of accuracy. Chris and I are now sharing our Google Drive, so now we have two people's fucking memories linked together at our fucking fingertips any second. And if my phone falls into a sewer today, it's backed up on the drive and I'll just pick up another fucking phone and all those memories will still be there.
Yeah.
That is mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry I went on a tangent, but I do feel like it's a little dramatic for anyone, not just Bo Burnham, but for anybody to say these are the worst times. And it's like, no, they're fucking not. I'm not
agree.
going to die of fucking cholera tomorrow. Like, social media is a complication we all need to learn, but this is not the worst times. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's
Yeah.
just how I feel.
I agree.
Yeah. No,
I agree.
Anyway.
I agree too. It was a dramatic
Sure.
thing to say.
Something to come out and say to
Yeah.
the crowd to get
Yes.
everybody to clap.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, we
One-
went way off topic on hot
We
facts.
sure-
didn't we?
One
went
more thing, and
hot
then I'm
facts.
done with hot
Okay.
facts.
Hot facts.
This is going to be the hottest.
This is gonna be the hottest fact.
Hottest of facts.
Hottest fact. Every single cough, sigh, whatever was scripted.
I thought so.
Yes. Nice.
That was
Every
great, though.
single
That was great.
fucking thing
I
was
was hoping
scripted.
so. I was
She
hoping
made it.
so.
She made it seem so fucking natural, though.
So natural. I mean,
So
that was
natural.
He
incredible.
had to watch hundreds of hours to get the cadence
cadence right.
So great.
I mean, that was brilliant. That
It
was so
really brilliant.
beautiful. And
the way
like,
she would say something and go, like when she
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
flustered was
Yeah, yeah,
just amazing.
or when she was just like, yeah, I mean, like, I think that it's great to have confidence. And
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was just
yeah.
like that. It's great.
Brilliant.
It's great. It's
Brilliant.
exactly how I spoke as an 8th grader. It's exactly how every 8th grader I've ever met speaks.
Yeah.
And like, yeah.
So I was like, fuck yeah.
That's
yeah,
good, that's
really
some
good.
good hot facts.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Welcome to Plug It Up. This is the part of the show where we talk about all the cool things that our guests are working on and that we're working on. And let's hear what Jessica's up to. What you got to plug?
Sure. I mean, y'all can find me on all of my personal stuff. Twitter, Instagram, all that is at 100 Proof Woman. 100 as in 100 PROOF. I can't spell anything. 100 Proof Woman. Y'all can figure it out. But what I
100
will
Proof
spell
Woman.
for you is our production company. It's called Shotco. SHOTTCO. Shotco. Again, all regular social media. And we come out with shorts pretty regularly. We're working on a feature.
Ooh, I'm also writing a feature.
That
I've been in their short films too, not to brag.
That's true. Hillary
I
is
have been
in
in
plays
Yes, we
a
love-
Donna-like character for the
Yes.
Wolfman and
Oh my
Donna.
God.
Yeah.
our homage to Wolfman and Donna of the greater North Georgia area. It's just a really great thing that I really appreciate getting to be involved in. It's I love Shotco. I graduated from Georgia State after completing their film program and immediately was greeted with the reality of trying to figure out how to pay for school or pay for the school
Yeah.
that I had just done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And South Turk started it. He brought me in.
South Turk, who also shoots all of our live sketch show photos.
Yes, he does.
So if you've watched it, looked at any of the photos from our show, South Turk has shot all of those.
You know, and I just
except for one. John Fletcher did one.
yeah,
shot.
because you know he just can't be everywhere.
He can't be
he's,
everywhere.
He's also doing Bush League comedy and all of that. So, I just am so glad to be involved with it in any capacity that I have the time for, just because of my work. Yeah, we are kind of a
So do
Southern
you like
Gothic
some
aesthetic.
dark comedy, I would say. Where can we watch Shotco?
We have a Vimeo channel, and it's just vimeo.com/Shotco. And I believe he's been uploading everything to YouTube as well.
Okay.
If you're not a big Vimeo user. But yeah, there's a few assorted works on there.
Do you guys have Shotco social medias if we want to follow on
Yes,
social media?
Instagram and Twitter.
And that's
and
at,
Facebook
at
page.
Shotco?
Shotco. SHOTTCO.
Cool.
But you should follow Jessica on Twitter because she's super
hilarious.
fucking
I'm
funny.
pretty fucking funny.
Yeah, you should
And you can
follow
see all the cute
100
pictures
Proof
of her
Woman.
dog.
Oh my god.
Yes. But her Twitter seriously is a gem, and she tweets all day long. I don't know how she finds the time, and
My job is
she
very
cracks
boring.
me up all day long. It's like the only thing that keeps me going during the day is Jessica's hilarious
Oh my
tweets.
god.
I love it.
Nice.
I like read her tweets all day long.
Cool. All right. Anything else to plug?
No, that's
Okay.
Shotco is
You've been
my main
plugged.
bag. Otherwise, it's me working with y'all, and I have a good feeling that you're
That's
going to
right.
plug your own show.
That's
so
true.
We might, I think.
I think that they'd probably be in your best interest.
Speaking of which, we're going to be performing in the Good Gracious show on September the 8th. So that's this coming Saturday for those of you who are listening in real time. So this Saturday, it's at the Switch Yards in Atlanta, Georgia. And it's at 8 p.m. So we're going to be performing the show. The theme of the show is Strong Southern Women. It's
Hell
Patsy
yeah.
Cline's birthday. There's going to be also, besides us, we're going to be doing a little set where we've got some of our Southern themed sketches. Sarah will be there. Hillary will be there. I will be there. Some of your other faves.
I'll be there as Luann Great
As
Swamp.
Luann. Do you like pans? John Good. Laura Myers, Patrick Morgan, Aria Mara will be back with us. Jasmine Waters. Am I forgetting anybody?
I'm sure, but
I hope not.
There's some people in there.
I'm pretty sure I
think that's
got everybody right. That was, okay. So there'll be all of us, all your faves will be there. There's also going to be some live music and stand-up comedy. I think Blair Erskine is going to be there.
Hell yeah,
I
she's
love
so
Blair.
funny.
And yesterday was her birthday. Yesterday, as of the day we
As
were
of the day we're recording,
and
which
happy
is at the
birthday
end
to
of
Blair
August. So
because
happy
she's so wonderful.
Belated birthday.
I have a friend who still talks about Blair's set.
She's so brilliant. She's
Yeah.
such
Who
a
came to
great
see our
comic.
last-
They
the
should
show
also
I
be
was
talking
in.
about how she's the fucking best dressed.
yeah,
Oh,
she looks
God,
great.
I know.
Seriously.
Every time. And we were on their podcast. So
we
go
were
ahead and
on the
check that
podcast,
out
so
while you're
check
there.
that out because
And-
they also the guy who produces the show is the owner of Wonder Shop, which has graciously
Yeah, one of our
allowed
wonderful
us
sponsors.
to one of our sponsors. We've been doing our writers group there.
And on the poster, we saw that they have called us Sketch Fatale.
I know. I was like, I wish I'd fucking come up with that. What a great
know,
tag,
right?
Sketch Fatale. I like the sound of that.
Oh.
Please come check out the show. Lots of good stuff. I see. There's Kate's Club is going to be there. Blair Erskine, Lexi Street, Friday Jr., Nikki Salcado. Maybe?
With more confidence.
Yeah, I wish I could. Cassandra Armstrong. Maybe Hillary's like, give it to me.
I'll do it.
Switch Yards Downtown Club, Saturday, September 8th, 8 p.m. Tickets available at goodgraciousshow.com.
Dope.
Hillary, Hillary, what would you like to plug?
Several things, Nicole.
Plug it up.
First of all, we will be doing another Critical Crop Shop live sketch comedy show.
That's right. We're back. We're back, baby.
Baby, and better than ever. November 2nd and 4th in Atlanta, Georgia at the Highland Inn Ballroom Lounge.
Our favorite
Tickets
place.
are $10 online, $15 at the door.
That's right. So if you want those cheap
We are
tickets, you need
getting
to
more
buy
expensive.
it in advance.
We
Get
are
your
so
tickets
cool.
online.
Yes, we're so good that we have decided to charge more for our show at the
At the
door.
door.
So it's still $10 online. Please buy your tickets online. And
More info coming soon.
Yes, exactly. More info coming soon as we start writing the show next month.
Well, we've got the cast. We've got the cast lined up. We know
do.
the title.
We've got a dope cast. Should we
Let's
debut
say
the cast?
who's
Let's
on
debut
the
the
show.
cast. All
Yeah.
right, so in the cast, we've got Nicole Kemper. We have Jasmine Waters. We've got Aria Mara. We've got Laura Myers. We've got Brandon Mitchell. We've got Brian Ashton Smith. We've got who else? Am I forgetting? Carlette Jennings. I will be directing the whole thing, which is
Hillary's
a break from
going to
tradition.
be directing. Yeah, usually we have everybody in the cast directing different sketches.
Yeah.
Hillary's going to be directing the show, and we're of course all going to be writing it together.
And I'm super pumped about it. It's going to be great. We'll announce our theme next month and
That's
our
right.
title of the show next month, and it's going to be really cool.
Excited
I'll
to get
come
back
and
at
do
it.
props.
That's right.
Yes. Oh, Jessica's
Jessica
doing
is going to be
props.
doing props for the
So-
first time. We're hiring a prop master.
Yes, and so
Jessica
she's
is going to be
build
master
all
of
the-
props.
guys.
Master of props.
I can
Seriously?
make more fake drugs for you.
Oh, God.
Believe
gonna
me, I'm
write
sure there
so
will be
many sketches. With
so many
fake drugs.
sketches. So yeah, but keep an eye out for that. More info coming soon. And
And then just
what else? What else is going on?
You know, like on a
So
personal
just
level,
maybe,
like if you want to see me do stand-up comedy,
you should.
You should.
she's
I've been
amazing.
to multiple shows with Hillary and not managed to make it to her
because I
set
perform so late at night.
because I'm
the comedy life. It's a
It's
a late
rough.
night gig. It's
But
a red eye flight.
You can see me perform stand-up comedy,
If
guaranteed
you try
hour.
really hard. Just kidding. It's not that hard, especially if you're not an old woman.
Yes, say I perform all the time.
I'm 27.
But I am performing October 1st.
Yes.
At the Laughing Skull Lounge
I will
at
be
8
there.
p.m. in Atlanta, Georgia. It's in
Yes.
Midtown at the Vortex.
Hell yeah.
So you can go and get yourself a nice little burger. I definitely recommend the potato salad.
Yum.
And then pop on back to the back room and see me perform stand-up comedy at 8 o'clock with 20 other
I know, I'm
fantastic
sure
the one on
shit will.
comics.
Peachtree Street.
Yeah, Peachtree
Yes.
and 4th.
Cool.
Yeah, Peachtree and 4th, I think.
Cool.
Somewhere around there.
Come on down. See some
It's
comedy.
in Midtown.
Yes.
You should get
See some
the fried
comedy.
pickles. It's delicious.
Yes, they're pickle spears, not pickle chips, and it's
they are.
amazing.
Wait, they're fried pickle spears.
fried
Got it.
pickle spears.
That is unheard.
yes, yes,
It's a delight, though.
so good, and
and like
they're,
the cake, the
yeah.
the crust of it doesn't even fall off when you bite
What?
it. Ugh.
it's incredible. So definitely come see me do comedy, eat some pickle spears, and some potato
I
salad.
mean, I'm sold. Jessica, thank you for being on the show. It has been
having me,
lovely to
Jessica.
have you.
Ooh,
Enjoyed talking about both of these things with you that you will hear more about as the weeks go on, as we continue to talk about 8th grade and then later our Lady Bits, which you will find out what that was all about
bum, bum, bum.
when we get there. So we've enjoyed talking with you. Please follow us on social media. What are those social medias that we're on?
On Twitter, we are at FemMistakePod.
That's right.
And then on Instagram, you can find us at Feminine Mistake Pod.
That's true.
I'm gonna
And
spell my
on-
own handle one more time for Twitter.
Please do it.
It's 100PROOFWOMAN. Thanks, guys. I just had to prove I could.
I'm
100
so proud of you.
proof woman. You know, like 100 proof alcohol.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Like 100 proof bourbon.
So follow us all on the
actually-
things.
Isn't your bio the human embodiment of your favorite dive bar?
Absolutely it is.
And it's my favorite bio of all time.
Nice.
You
I
should
have
read
it
the bio that I have on our
is that
Shotco
going to
website.
go? Is that going to go in our program?
God,
Fuck yeah,
I
it
think
is.
it should.
Okay.
You should read my
Excellent.
Shotco bio. It's a real treasure.
God, I'm
It may
going
or may
to
not
now.
mention a rabid raccoon.
Nice. All right.
Just my
Well,
hero.
thank you for joining us for today's episode of the Feminine Mistake Podcast. We will see you back next week when we'll continue to talk about.
Rate, review, and subscribe to our podcast, though.
Yes, please do. Do that. Do that for
Do
sure.
that
Do that. Do that.
first. Rate,
and
review,
come
and subscribe.
back. Tell a friend.
Yeah.
Tell a friend and have them rate us.
Tell your dad.
and subscribe, even though they haven't even heard us yet. Tell your dad.
He loves you.
That's true. He does. You should call
Even
him
if
more.
he is shirtless.
Even if he's shirtless and says goodnight to you in the most awkward way possible.
And we'll see you back next week, or we'll hear you, or you're gonna hear us.
Nicole's drunk.
Nope, that's just me. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.